is defending the ingredients it uses in its products and placing an executive on temporary leave after he was allegedly caught on tape saying that the company made, in his words, highly processed food for poor people.
We have for poor people, right? We have that's for poor people. Who buys our people? I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's unhealthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it. You can eat bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
That leaked audio purportedly from Martin Bally, Campbell's vice president of information technology, emerged as part of a lawsuit filed last week by a former Campbell's employee who accused Bally of making racist comments. The former employee is also suing Campbell's for wrongful termination. In a statement, Campbell said that such language does not reflect our values and the culture of our company, adding, the comments heard on the recording about our food are not only inaccurate, they are patently absurd. The company went on to say that it has not been able to verify the validity of that recording. It hasn't been provided with a copy of it either. But, Andrew, obviously this is kicking up quite a storm.
That'll be another debate. People will have a debate about eating Campbell's at Thanksgiving dinner. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what are you supposed to. What do you think should happen?
Well, the one thing I would say is let's hear more about it in these days of AI recordings. I mean, this is pretty inflammatory stuff. I will say that I look at everything with more skepticism than I did before, whether it's an audio recording, whether it's even video at this point. But we'll see. I'm sure somebody will get to the bottom of this. Highly inflammatory comments, troublesome from Campbell's from all kinds of perspective, insulting your customers. That's the absolute worst thing that could happen. Questions about the food, I guess that's another. I will say I know I've got some Campbell's cream of mushroom soup for the green bean casserole that I'm going to be making tomorrow. But this is so
you're not going to the supermarket, is what you're saying. You're not going to replace your Campbell's soup after this situation.
Well, I use it for specified menus. I mean, for specified recipes. Okay. And this is like an oldie. Like the green bean casserole, that has been in my family for generations. So it's just the way we make it.
Oldie but goodie.
We'll keep making it that way. Yeah.
All right, this is Campbell's company on the monthly chart. Price that closed below the lower portion of the Bollinger Band. You do have these wicks on the top of the candle signifying rejection wicks. So we're going to say that there is resistance at this $34 level. As you can see, last time price was at these levels, we did get a reaction and then another reaction down here. However, the lows we're going to say are at the $26 to $28 level. Let's zoom down to the weekly chart. So for the past several weeks, price has just been basing. This drop, basing candle, and then the drop out. That is weekly sellers. But I don't like the zone. It's in the middle of this price range. Also, this leg down did not take out the lows. However, the level did still work for a reaction at a minimum. All right, let's zoom down to the weekly. But before we do that, just want to bring your attention to this rallying price, basing candle, and the leg out. Leg takes out the breaker structure or this pivot low. So you have within this larger resistance level, you do have a weekly sell level, and that did work once. All right, let's go down to the daily chart. All right, so I'm not really seeing any real levels of interest. Again, you do have some local support at the round hole psychological level at $30. However, zooming back out to the weekly chart, this is a dead stock, more or less. It's not really tradable. You can day trade it, and that's about it, as price has just been stuck in a sideways price action range for the better half of 6 months. Nevertheless, look for support to come in at $30. Look for resistance to come in near that $34 level.